I've seen a lot of mistakes in grant proposals that will be eliminated just with one thing. So, welcome to a Let Experience podcast, the grant edition, and today we are going to remove assumption from the grant process. So, welcome. So, what I've noticed in many grant consultations and also with the grant proposals that I've reviewed is that many nonprofits assume that when something is not clear that they should just go ahead and do it because now they don't want to say something or ask for something and then they end up either looking as if they are incompetent or they are not credible or that it end up ruining their reputation. So what I've seen is that nonprofit assume that because they don't want to look bad in the grander side, they end up doing things that they would have avoided. And by doing those things now, it end up costing them that grant opportunity that they were looking for so that they can implement their change making project. So what I've noticed is that when you make this assumption that when you ask for clarifications, when you reach out to the grantor, when you ask a question, so when you have this mentality now, it end up affecting you because now you end up making a mistake if you are that you wouldn't have made if that just to overcome that act that will be it will be making you very uncomfortable to ask it and now you'll be risking your reputation as a grantee. So what I've noticed is that when these mistakes are made, they end up costing the non-profit the grant opportunity because now it may end up with misaligned priorities. So like the priority of your non-profit, the priority of your project does not align with the priority of the grantor. Now, what this end up is that when someone is reviewing your grant proposal, they just feel that you are wasting their time. So your grant proposal just dump straight away. So this is one of the reasons that you sh- this is one of the cost of assuming in the grant process. The other thing is that it's about building the relationship. So before you start with the relationship process, you should make sure, especially the foundation, make sure that when you don't reach out to the grantor now, the foundation, you end up going about the relationship in such a way that either it turns off the grantor or destroys your reputation as the grantee. The other quote that the other quote that a non-profit may face if you assume anything is that this is now in terms of your budget now. When you assume that when you create your budget and now you don't ask for clarification or something to know if that thing is covered by the grant or not, you end up costing yourself the grant opportunity because now when the grantor sees that you have included something that were not supposed to be included in that grant opportunities, you lose your credibility and it also shows that you don't follow instructions in that you don't follow instructions of how you should go about creating your budget. So, and this also goes in terms of the formatting. So, if it is not clear the format you should use, the size of the size of the font of your grant proposal, the document it should include, or even the number of pages that you should include in your grant proposal. If it is not clear, and now you just go and do it your way now without asking for anything, it end up causing you that opportunity because now you end up doing the wrong thing, and now when it gets to the hands of the grant review of that grantor, your grant proposal is tossed out immediately. So that is the cost of making assumptions in your grant process. So how do you handle this? So you handle this by just simply asking. Yes, it's that simple. Just simply asking. So ask either the program officer of that grantor or the point of contact that you have been given by the grantor in the call for proposal. So just simply ask. So if they are not clear about the format you should use, the documents you should include, the number of pages you should use in your grant proposal, the sections that you should include in your grant proposal, what you should include in your budget, how you should go about building your relationship with the grantor, just simply ask the program officer or the point of contact you have been given. Ask what is the best way to go about it. If something is unclear, just simply ask them, and now they'll guide you in how to best go about it. And now this now will increase the chances of a non-profit securing that specific grant opportunity. So instead of assuming anything in your grant process, so this is maybe it's about the grant itself or about how you engage with the grantor or how you build a relationship with the grantor. Just simply ask, and now by asking now you will show that your nonprofit knows what it is doing, and also it shows that you are serious about either engaging in that grantor or serious about making sure that your grant proposal will the best application for will be the best application so that it can increase your chances of securing that grant opportunity. So that's all I had for you today. So instead of assuming anything about the grant process, the just simply ask the point of contact you have been given by the grantor in that call for proposal or RFP, or reach out to the program officer of that specific funder. So instead of assuming their task. So that's all for today, and I'll see you in the next session. So bye bye.